I'm live. What's this? I'm reading text while live. Makes perfect sense. What I'm reading is... Oh, nobody's watching. It's sad. What I'm reading is Mighty Nanotank is walking around in the woods. What's up, Aaron? And it's 15 minutes from a house, and he sucks because it's beautiful. What's up, Seth? What's up, Sky High? If you missed it, I'm just reading a text from Mighty Nanotank, who's chilling in Utah, walking around in the woods while I'm in my craft room that's kind of hot. It would be nice to be... what's up, Hamada? AZ? It would be nice to be chilling like a villain in Utah Zillin. Hey, so I didn't post anything on Instagram, so while y'all hanging out, I'm going to post my story. I am so not prepared today. I was grilling. I was watching the kid outside shooting his bow. All the neighbors run and hide. It's pretty sweet. What's up, Lynn? Lynn, you're awesome. You know you're awesome. And I appreciate you hooking me up with that light for me to test and the critters for me to attempt to save. I appreciate that. Just had a massive thunderstorm come through Nashville. Got pretty... You know what? We were supposed to have weather this weekend. Nothing. Much like my humor. Didn't happen. What's this? Let me look for a... Let me look at here. I'm not prepared. Like I said, I was grilling. I just wasn't ready. So, shocker, right? Let's see. YouTube.com/douche nozzle. No, Telegram. Somebody's going to cut that out and use that, and I'm going to wish I hadn't said that. How y'all doing? Been grilling 3-4 days a week, right? I mean, the weather's nice, and you're outside and you're home. Why not? What's up, Reef Chief? Let me see here. Let me see. Modifying. So I'm going to do something that I haven't done before, which is modify one of these little rapid LED pucks that I've been working on. And I'm going to do so live, which means I'm totally going to fail. But that's cool. Modifying an LED. Why cook meat inside when you can go outside? You are right. You are right, Aaron Shapiro. Oh, you know what? This sucks. This don't work. I don't see the latest. Let me fix this. This ain't gonna work for me. I'm gonna fix this right here to do a little better up here. Look at this. This is real time. You see this? You get to see a little inside baseball. And I don't watch sports. I don't think you need to see that. I think you just need to see that. How's that? That's better. Flash flood watch to make it more better. Yeah, this is really boring. Wait, I can add one of those stupid little YouTube stickers. How is, man, my shot's all off too. I got too much up here. Look at this. This is a freaking mess. It's like I've never done this before. What if I do this? And I scooch this. Oh, no. See, it doesn't work. Well, that's too bad. What if I do... No, that's not going to work either. What if I do... Oh, yeah. This one. This one will work. Whatever. It's fine. Seth grilled a bunch of veggies and fruit today. What'd you grill? Did you grill some pineapple? What other kind of fruit? Peaches? Peaches? It's not peaches season, but you can grill some peaches. What'd you grill, Seth? While I post to YouTube. I mean, post to Instagram that I'm on YouTube, because I'm a slacker today, and I didn't prepare well enough. Oh, I'm looking at Moki Sump. Moki Sump with his decorative algae chilling in his freaking refugium section. I don't want to play the audio because I'm... This is the second idea. I used my old refugium pump from the 45. See? That guy. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to take a look over here. Richard, I think I can talk about this. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Richard Aficionado. Super nice guy. He and I have been talking a little bit. This is how unprepared I am. Yeah. That's what's up. So you're going to take apart a G5 and put your own bulbs in it. Sky High Reef. It's funny that you mentioned a Gen 5, because guess what I was testing today? Thanks to Lynn, Reef Nerd. If you don't follow Lynn on Instagram, go do it right now. I'll wait. Ready? Go do it. Serious. Go do it. Now? Okay, cool. Local reefer, collector, grower, has a lot of cool critters, and got herself a Gen 5 blue, and I hadn't seen one in person yet. So cool that she's all, yo, I'm all, yeah? Come get this light. Okay. Wasn't even opened yet. Fresh. Brand new. Still got the little tapey thing over the open up thing. And I ain't even really been drinking yet. Are the Radeons worth the cheddar? Lynn Reef Nerd, what are you saying? What? Please don't. I'm not swapping the bulbs. You know I'm not swapping the bulbs. You know I was scared to death to pull that damn thing out of that box. I'm swapping. This is so not a G5. I'm not swapping anything. I'm not touching that light. I was like just death gripping it, white knuckled, hanging onto that thing so I don't drop it. But I did hang it up in my test fixture. Shot it like all those other lights that I've been playing with. And lo and behold, I know the spectrum. So that was a Gen 5 Blue XR30. It's a beautiful light. It's a really nice made light. Single fan, where I've been playing with the Mitris LX7s. And to be straight up, those two lights are neck and neck. It is absolutely, I think the GHL will put out more par if that's what you're looking for at the same spectrum. But not a lot. Maybe about the same, actually. Maybe it's about the same. But it was cool to have one of those blues to be able to shoot it to compare mainly to my Gen... Actually, maybe I can show this. To my Gen 4 Pro. Wait, see, let's go back here. Wait. can see my lights. New light, old light, pretty much the same thing. What I like about the Gen 5 Blue is it's got a fatter 470 band. It's peak. It's fatter. It gets out there a little bit. It's surprisingly like a reef bright, actually. So a whole lot of 470 and a whole lot of 450. And then a little bit of that AB Plus tagged onto it. So, but you compare that to a Mitris LX7 from GXL, very similar, same power, same spectrum, same all that stuff. But it's another data point. It's something cool to have. It's you know, I like that kind of information. And I like digging in to see what a light's actually doing to make grow corals. All right, hold up. Let me look. Now that I think we've calmed Lynn down, I just called you Leaf. Compared to, say, the Hydras. Aaron Shapiro, let me touch on that real quick. First, Aqua Illumination and Ecotech are the same company. Same company. So think of the Hydras, which are substantially lower powered, as the Honda to Mighty Nanotank is going to bust my chops here, but the Honda to the Acura. So if you talk in Mighty Nanotank speak, it is the Toyota to the Lexus of the lights. So similar spectrum, similar control, absolutely the same company, just lower power. So if you go into the specs for the Hydras, look for the wattage. And then compare that to the wattage of the XR30s. And you'll see what I'm talking about. The XR30's got way more wattage in the cottage. Translates to better par. More par. Let me look real quick because I just rambled. My bad. Reef Keeper, what's up? Any thoughts on Philips Coral Care Gen 2? Ain't had one in my hand. Oh, dude, you know what? I'm probably... Wait, ready? I'm probably all out of focus too, yeah. Oh, that's a lot of beard right there. My bad. I haven't... Generally, I reserve... Like, Lynn's got one of those Red Sea... I think it's a 90. And I am just itching to test that thing because not a lot of people are talking about the data that light is producing. BRS did a review of that thing very early on, but nothing since. And I want to compare that light to... it should be the same as an A360X from Kessel. I doubt there's UV like there is in the Kessel, but that Red C90 and that A360 should be about the same thing. So that's what I'd like to see. I also don't have an A360X. Yo, DMV Reefer, you listening? Because I know you got one. You just drive it on over. You know you got nothing to do. Way living, wherever you living. Yeah, so Reef Keeper, I would like to see one of those lights before I can provide an opinion. Otherwise, I'm just guessing or regurgitating other people's information. And that's not something I like to do. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I would rather operate with my own info, which is why I keep shooting all these lights. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? B. See, I would like this to be a little taller so you can see a little bit right here. Maybe I can't go that far. Maybe I can go to here. How are the pricing in comparison in terms of square inch of coverage? How's the pricing? So, that Orphic Atlantic, no matter what the BRS price, you can probably get it the same price as the XR30 Pro. AP700, the GHL Mitris LX7, I think it's 7206. All of those are kind of the same price, and all of those are kind of the same light. So it comes down to what kind of light you're looking for. Are you looking for, the spotlight kind of targeted lights like you get out of an older, like a Gen 4 XR30 with the puck lights underneath? Are you looking for dense matrix like a Kessel? Are you looking for like an even 6-puck flood like a GHL? It comes down to preference of both light design and software. Mobius is super simple, but it's totally set and forget. GHL is also super simple, but you can get in there and mess around with it a little bit, and it's a little more geeky, which I totally appreciate. It's not weird geeky like you got to code stuff. It's like straight up geeky, but you can get in there and play with it, and I dig it. Kessel, I have the little one. What is that thing? The A80? Yeah, A80. So I could talk to that a little bit. Kessel's like stupid proof. The blue is the blue, right? That's the brightness, and then you just adjust the little color knob thingy to give you more white or less white and other colors. But they make it really easy if you're into that. I don't dig that little dongle thing. I don't have one, so I don't want to talk too much smack. But I don't like that dongle. I think that's dumb. Put it inside the light. Hide the guts inside the light. So I don't want to see that. Same price, Lin. Same price, same spectrum, and GHL gets into legitimate UV. Ecotech, you know you're not UV. GHL gets into legitimate UV right around 385, 390 nanometers. Anything below 400 is UV. Don't get me started on that again. And Ecotech, at least your blue, is adding 470, making it more like a reef bright, which looks good to the eye. It's also, is that UV? That's UVB peak. So good for the corals. You really can't go wrong either one of them, actually. Toyota and Lexus. Are you exclaiming Toyota and Lexus, or are you finding that funny? I prefer Honda and Acura, just saying. But whatever. Or, Tesla and Tesla. So I have a Hydra 32 over an IM Lagoon tank. This is Aaron Shapiro. That's probably fine for whatever I want to grow in it. How big? I don't know you fancy tank people. I don't know you fancy tank people. So, what size is that tank? Is that like a 24-inch tank? If so, yeah, you're fine. Aaron Shapiro. Once I get the G5 on there, you are welcome to touch. I am psyched to see that Red Sea light because I want to see that data. I don't have 360X, but I do have a 360WE. I'll shoot that. If you got that laying around, you have that over a tank, Lynn? Looking up the specs right now, the XR30s are yes versus the Hydras, yes. Yeah. So that's good. Aaron, the Hydra is half the power of a Gen 4, Gen 5 XR30. That's legitimate. That's for reals. So it is absolutely less powered. The only thing I don't like about the Honda is the windshield. Can't defrost that thing. See, this is what happens. Honda versus Toyota. Ford versus Chevy. LED versus T5. You see what happens? Everybody has their thing. You can drive, I can drive. You can grow corals, I can grow corals. It's all the same thing. It's just preference, right? Shots fired. Matt P. Tesla. My car knows when I'm going to leave. It makes itself warm. It knows where I'm going. And then I can check Instagram while I'm driving down the road. Don't tell anybody. Shh. Let me. I'm not sure I want to do this. I'm not sure. Anybody want to jump on here? Anybody want to call in? Because I think I could probably pull this off. If anybody's interested in doing that. I could do a Zoom. We could do a group thing so I don't have to fail live on the internet. Oh, fudge. I opened up something else. Actually, my computer's down there chugging pretty good, and I don't get it. That's interesting. Everybody can afford a Tesla, Lynn Reef Nerd. Everybody can afford a Tesla. If you can afford a Toyota Corolla S, you can afford a Model 3. In 2019 gas dollars. In 2020 gas dollars, maybe later when that stuff catches up. Right now, it's kind of cheap to drive gas car, isn't it? But yeah, total cost of ownership over 5 years. Tesla Model 3 standard, long range, rear wheel drive car. Same price as a freaking Corolla loaded. And then your car drives itself. And you can check the internet. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. So I could throw this camera up here. And I could do a little bit of this, and that's not necessarily what I wanted to do, is it? I could do there. I could do that. My car costs less than my tank. Everybody's car costs less than their tanks if they've been doing this for a while. But I understand. I'm with you. How's audio? Is audio okay today? I hope it's okay. What's this? I don't know why I have this open. So, 2 cameras. Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. And then I can do this. Oh, yeah, that's sick, right? Look at that. Oh, the keyboards. Oh, I don't want you looking at my... Oh, what happened? I don't want you looking at my shorts. Wait, we'll go back here. How about this? This is fancy, right? You see how that? See what happened there? If you looked away, if you looked, now I gotta look at this camera because that camera's off. If you looked away, you maybe I can switch that over. Wait, can I do that? So that's. I wonder if this is actually working. That's what I have going on. Slick, right? Yeah. So, no, for reals. If anybody wants to call in and talk stuff, so I don't have to fail live on the internet, I'm down. I got Zoom running. I'll create a meeting. For reals. You can ask me hard questions and I'll make up answers. Because that's how I roll. Here's what's up. I like reef brights. I like reef brights for a couple reasons. Not because of power, because compared to their counterparts, they ain't got a lot of power. Like half. But out of that bar, right? The light that comes out of that thing is because of the reflector design inside that light. It really comes out nice and floody. It's just a nice even flood of light that looks super sick. Another reason why I like that. Also, another reason why I like Lynn Reef Nerd's XR30 Blue is because it packs a lot of 470, which is also 470 nanometers, which is blue. It's a little lighter blue than 450, which is generally the single highest peak on any reef light. So I like that 470 because it looks good to my eyes. This puck, which is now crap. You can't really see it. Maybe you can see it. Oh, yeah, there you go. See? Autofocus and stuff. This puck from Rapid LED is... Let me show you. Oh, this is sweet. It has 450 nanometers on it. I should probably have this camera running all the time. And this and its counterpart in the bag over here, full of Rapid LED, not sponsored, Rapid LED goodness. Hashtag not sponsored. I've got another 470 in there. So what I want to do, what are you using? What am I using to what? Matt, what? What am I using to tower the rapid LEDs? So what I want to do is take that LED off of there. And I want to swap it out with that one right there. And then I'm thinking about doing its diagonal little brother up here, so that I have two 450s and two 470 nanometers, effectively creating a reef bright. Hashtag Blue Sensei Rev 3. So what I've done is I've taken off, there was a pulse width modulation dimmer sitting here. There was pulse width modulation dimmer connectors right there. And I took off the power connector right there because I want a nice flat board to stick inside of an acrylic housing, passively cooled with a heatsink, so I can target light, like blast the crap out of some acros, specifically Dead Disney. There's a blue-green tenuous under there, and then there's some other thing that I got from CMOS, one of the local clubs, from John. Let's see, what are you using? Let's see, I love to get some Matt. Bruh. I'm not bagging on you. You got to edit. You got to proofread before you hit send, because I don't know what the hell you're saying. If English is a second language, I'll cut you a break. If not, put down the fireball and type me a sentence, bruh. I'm just playing. To flank the far left and right of my tank, I'd love to get some. What are you using to... you don't have to retract your messages, bro, because I'm recording, so I'm going to see it. Then I'm going to see that you pull them away. Leave them up there. What are you using to power the rapid LED? So I took them all downstairs. Oh, I'm going to do it different. And you get, bruh, how many times have I said that? You can rag on me back. Go ahead. Go. These come with a power supply. Oh, I like Fireball. It's okay. You can rag on me too, Aaron. But what I want to do... Wait, there. Is I want to use this Rapid LED branded 0 to 10 volt, 12 volt power supply. It's... Oh, my bad. No, it's fixed 700 milliamp. So that's fine. Because this thing ships with a... This thing ships with a 600 or 700 milliamp power supply, so whatever, this is fine. So this is a 700 milliamp, so 0.7 amp fixed power supply, but it's 0 to 10 dim. So I take this little rheostat off, and I hook this up to my GHL Profilux 4, and poof, I'm controlling the dimming of this light. I would use a single outlet to turn it on, and then I'd use the dimmer inside the P4 with the breakout box to ramp this light up using this power supply. Never mind, just continue. I'm sure you... Come on, man. Go on. Go. I'll wait. Go. It's cool. So, this will light 12, 24, 36. This one power supply would theoretically power 3 of those. So Matt, if you wanted to buy 3 of these things and glue them onto something with like heat transfer epoxy or something like that, or hit me up for like a 3-puck fixture, which I'm sure I can make, but I haven't made, but I could probably make it. Then you could totally set them or put them up on a little stand or whatever around the edge of a tank, on the edge of the tank, so it's just lighting the very edge, and maybe that's what you were getting at. Did I get to it? Nope. But whatever. It's actually kind of tasty today. All good. Didn't proof. Was listening and typing at the same time. I also love my man. Fireball. If we talk about it too much, I'm going to go downstairs and get it. Because that's the kind of day I've had. For reals. The only box that I've received... Oh, I could talk about this. The only box I've received is a laser printer downstairs. So I could continue to do my work at home. But it looks like I'm going to be going back to work, but whatever. See, if I talk long enough, then I don't have to do this crap live. Which would be sweet. This is the prototype housing for this, right? Y'all probably seen pictures. Maybe you haven't. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking that my reach is further than it is on the internet. But I need a mount. So, y'all know lock line. Oh, you can see it. Oh, see? Cat's out of the bag. Y'all know lock line. This is a GoPro, by the way. This is working really well. For return nozzles and whatever. So I was like, why can't I use a lock line? Screw this little thing, or even glue this thing into here, into this part, because I don't have this power connector anymore. So this won't be here. So it'll totally just be a hole in the acrylic. Maybe like the clear is cut out or whatever. And then I can glue this little jobber in there, or thread this, which is a little fatter, but I could probably do that, into this. Yeah, this edge. This isn't put together right. And have a flexible light mount. All right, Matt. And thanks for letting me play at your expense. I do dig that. And you can give me back. Go ahead. I'm a super easy target because I give a whole lot of opportunities. Yeah, right? So why not? Oh, I can't get... Oh, I can. This is what I was going to use. But this is too... This is the 12-inch. And that's too big. Stop it, Lynn. This is too big. So, I thought, why not use something like this, right? Because if then I can hang it over the tank. Like that. And this is going to hold it. This is really stiff. And this thing is super light. So... Plus, it would look kind of dumb, which I'm always down for. What's up, Moki? You can call in if you want. You want me to zoom? So this is what I'm thinking about. I could do. Oh yeah, I could totally do it this way. I could do. Oh, I got to soak this or something to get that shoved in there. But this could go into here. Just like that. And then this light is mounted up on something that I 3D print to go in here, or even better, I use this screwed into something, and then that is the edge mount on the tank. And then you make it higher, right? And it could be like this. Why not? It seems like it would work. That's what I'm thinking. So go on, steal my ideas. Make them yours. Make them better. And sell me one. Or better yet, give me one. Because I gave you a cool idea. But that's what I'm planning on doing. So here's what's up. If I'll put a link. Actually, I owe links to my last week conversation with Lulu, which was awesome. That was a good photography video. If you didn't watch last week's Salt Live, go do it because she was a great guest and she dropped a ton of information. And I'm wearing my Park Rapids, Minnesota shirt in remembrance of that conversation. But go watch that if you haven't watched that and you want to know anything about reef photography because it was pretty slick. It was good. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Does that make sense? So there's the boxes. Here's the booze. Dos cerveza, por favor. All right. I guess I've delayed long enough. I've been yammering for freaking 35 minutes. Should I do this? So using heat transfer epoxy, I glued the heatsink on to the puck. Like I said, I removed the dimmer. We don't need dimming. We need light. But I'm adding a dimmer. This is the lens, which I really dig. Because this thing is stupid bright. Oh, not this thing. This thing is stupid bright. And what I'm hoping is this thing, in conjunction with this thing, gives me reef bright. Only brighter. So reef super bright. Legit high output. Anybody have any questions to distract me before I try to do this? I can show you what I'm using. Is it gonna make? It's probably gonna make a lot of noise. I don't know that you're gonna be able to hear what I'm doing. Hopefully it works. Right now it's not working. That'll suck if it. Oh, that's because it's on the mount. If I take it off here, is it too loud? Is that loud? Tell me how loud that is. Tell me what's up. So what I'm using is a hot air rework. And what I don't know is, and I'm going to have to put 2 pairs of glasses on to see this crap. What I don't know is how hot do I have to get this starboard, not Star-Lord, starboard, to get that LED off without frying it. I've never done this before. How loud is this fan? Is that too loud? Do it! Stop it, Moki. We can't say reef bright because I like reef bright. They're just like... Can't do that. I'm sticking with Blue Sensei. Is that okay? Is that okay? I'm going to take this up to 300. Can I show you this? I probably can. Let me see. You got to throw up? That's what I'm using. You see that thing right there? That's what I'm using. It's okay, Lynn. Let's see. That's how you know what's up. When I bust out the second pair of glasses, that... What the crap? How am I going to do this? That is how you know what's up. So all I'm doing, probably wrongly, and probably catching this cardboard on fire, is I'm heating up the starboard to hopefully free this LED chip. It was... Oh, now which one's positive, which one's negative? Crap. Oh, well, damn it. I'll have to figure that out. That was too easy. Now I gotta figure out some stuff. I'm gonna have to go get another pair of glasses or something. I'm going to let this cool down. Because these things, there's reviews on the internet there that says these things like to overheat and not work anymore. So this, my friends, is an LED. And it really is that small. And it's got this cool little, how do I know which is which? It's got to say it on there somewhere, right? Oh, there's a dot. Oh, so there's the dot. The dot goes on the plus. So the dot is the plus. Meh. The dot's the plus. It's, hopefully that's the case. Y'all see that dot? You can't see that dot. But theoretically, this should go like this. Because right there is the dot. And right there is the dot. And right y'all. Wow, it's hot. Oh, fudge. Right there is a super hot little empty starboard. No, Moki, we are not replacing Gen 5 LEDs. But we are going to take off our second pair of glasses. Oh. What's up, Steven? You want to get in on some of this? I'm drinking cheap beer and almost catching cardboard on fire. And modifying lights. Right. So while we're being partially successful, let's go ahead and go for number 2. Also known as douche. Not that kind. Anybody find any of this funny? I doubt it, right? Taking my hot air rework back up to 300. Steven, don't hate on me. What's up, Remy? Y'all don't be chicken. You can call in. I'll put my headphones on and we could talk while I screw things up. Hobby Size says, no thanks. I'm the kind of person who's going to get, yeah, but I've been electrocuted. Funny story. While this is heating up, I can tell a funny story, right? Oh, it's actually hot. Sorry, no story. Oh, I need my glasses. No, for real. So I was in a KC-135. And it was an older model. It was an A-frame, which means you had to adjust the frequency of the generators manually with this little screw. Screwdriver wasn't insulated. And I'm hanging on to the rail that this frequency controller is installed on. And I put my screwdriver up to that thing, and it gives me a little, what's up? It gives me a little, how you doing? Gives me a little, hey, you can't see me, but I'm going to hurt you, electricity. And I throw myself back and I land on the sextant table, which is the thing that the navigator stands on to look out the sextant on an old plane. And dude just goes one of these. You all right? That was the end of that. I'm like, yes, sir. Sorry if I keep hitting this thing with my head. Electrocuted with that hot box of wires. What you talking about, hot box of wires? Come on. If you haven't felt the sensitive touch of a little bit of electricity, you ain't lived. Just stay away from DC. That stuff is the business. High voltage DC, that's bad. What I don't know is how hot this has to be. Plus I got a heatsink on the back of it. And the heatsink's taking out a lot of the heat that I'm dropping on this LED. It did go through my heart, but it was AC, so it was okay. You know the worst shock I've ever... Ooh, my tweezers are getting hot. This thing's going to be a bugger, isn't it? The worst shock I ever had was a computer power supply. Straight up. That thing sucked. See? I'm going to fail live on the internet. It came right off that starboard just fine, didn't it? Important safety tip. Always swap your LEDs before you get a heatsink. Because I bet the heatsink on the back of this thing is smoking hot. I'm going to turn it up to 11. Ooh, these tweezers are hot. That's dumb. What's up, Carlos? Russell. Oh, I've been electrocuted. A couple bad ones. I hear you, Russell. What's up, Darth? If you're here for the first LED melting, it went really, really well. The second one, however, not so much. Oh! Winner, winner, chicken dinner, y'all. Oh, while I'm here, why don't I just do it? Oh, hot potato. Oh, y'all are laughing. This is the dumbest thing ever on the internet. Don't do this. Don't live stream this crap. Oh, I need flux. Carlos, this is me being stupid. Like, oh, excuse me. Like dumber than normal. Oh, I think I just burnt my table. Please excuse me while I think and don't talk. And that heatsink on the back is really making this difficult for me. Now that's ugly. Send me one of those little lights for the frag tank. so I can cook a Walt Disney Jr. I'm telling you, that's what this is for. That's exactly what this is for. I think that's on there. No way. It might be on there. I'm gonna cool this off. I don't have the alcohol in there, so we're gonna have a little bit of suspense. Sky high. So he is. I am not melting the actual LED. I was sort of to the side-ish. But sky high, I was pretty close. AZ says this is almost as fun as watching CJ catch fish. It's not the same as like Moki hand dipping in there to grab his super tame clowns that he's had forever, right? Now, what we don't know is if we were successful. It's possible we were successful. This thing says it's at 100, so I can turn this off. That was sketchy. You know what I need? Paste flux. That would make this easier. Not paste flux. Liquid flux. Good flux. That's what I need. 8:30. Sky high. Yeah, so... Oh, mother trucker. That just happened. Can't take that back. That's on the internet forever. See, it's all fun and games until you drink cheap beer. Huh? What up? I heard the boy. Yeah, so can I show you this? I doubt I can show you this. Maybe I can. Shoot. Let me do it here. On that, let's see. On that little LED on the back of that is 3 stripes. Positive, negative, and stick it on here so it don't fall off. Those are the 3 stripes. It was a little hot. I should put that on the starboard. Oh, you can see it here. Maybe you can see it here better. Yeah, you can totally see it here better. So on the starboard, why do my hands look all weird? There, 3 stripes. You see them? You can't see them. Totally can't see them. Yeah, so positive, negative. Now the question is, did I put the damn thing on there right? Woo! That's a hot tamale. And the one next to it has a little blob of solder on it, which probably isn't supposed to be there. But that's okay. Ow, it's hot. I think we should plug it in. I think we should find out if all of this was worth it. What do you think? No drinking and welding. That's right. But drinking and soldering, that's okay. Especially when you're wearing 2 pairs of old man glasses. Why not use solderless LEDs? Because I have some. But this thing... Can I touch it yet? That's what she said. This thing has 4 little LEDs soldered on this board, and I really like this board because I haven't made my own boards yet, which I would like to do, but I haven't done yet. Oh, you know what I gotta do? Shoot. I can't do that because I'll fry it. It'll send too much voltage. Important safety tip. These connectors, I wonder which one's positive. That sucks. Green's positive. These connectors have to be connected before you plug this in, or this 9 to 36 volt power supply will be sending legit 9 or 36 volts to a 12 volt puck. And that's the magic smoke comes out then, and that's the end of that. All right, screw it. Let's talk about something. While we're waiting for the soldering iron to hook up, we can talk. Where'd I put it? Remy, you already left, right? Because this is not good radio. You know what you don't get people doing on the internet? Dumbass DIY, and that's what you don't get. Remember the good old days when Joey was a DIYer? We need to talk him into doing some more of that stuff because he was good at it. I learned a lot from that guy. I made my own overflow because of him. And it worked. I kind of got a laser cutter because of him, because I wanted to make my own stuff. Let's see. I'm back. Reef keeper. Did he smoke it? What's the burn marks on the board? This stuff here, that's flux, because I got skirt. Soldering. Now we're doing some soldering. We're gonna put a little flux over here. Here's what's up. I have not done a soldering tutorial, and I absolutely need to do a soldering tutorial. I wonder which one's plus and which one's minus. Oh, I can look. Minus, plus. This is a red one, by the way. For you people that think you need to grow Chaeto with red, this is a red one. What was I saying? Soldering with flux. Here's what's up. You see people soldering on the internet and they're not using flux, whether it is this paste crap, which is crap, but it works, or liquid, like what Louis Rossmann uses when he repairs stuff live on the internet. Use flux. It makes the solder flow nice, right? Look how shiny this is. If your tip ain't shiny, if your tip ain't shiny, you're doing it wrong. All right, let's do this. Green there. You see how nice that is? And you gotta stick your tongue out a little bit when you're doing this. What we got? East Coast Reefer. What's up? I think we learned to solder in the same place. Chanute, that's where I was. Where were you at, Reef Keeper? Chanute's now closed. That was in Rantoul, Illinois, near Champaign, Illinois. By the way, shout out to Daily Tech News. This dude named Tom Merritt. See, Sky Hive there. There you go. This dude named Tom Merritt. He went to college, University of Illinois, in Champaign, Urbana, near Rantoul, Illinois, which is where my Air Force tech school was. And if you like tech news daily, like you gotta, maybe not now, but if you have a commute, This is scary. You think this is going to work? I don't think it's going to work. If this works, it's going to be badass. He does a good daily tech news show, hence the name. And I've been following around Tom Merritt from all his shows for the last 15 years or so. Maybe a little longer than that. And it's a good long format podcast. Actually, it's only 30 minutes, but whatever. Yup, Chanute. When were you there, dude? I was there in 1988. Now it's closed, I think. Did you roll... Well, it turned out to be 2A6X6. Is that what you did? Did we talk about this? Feels like we've talked about this. Let me plug this in and see what happens. Fireworks. Live on the internet. I'm going to get you close so you can see. Ready? Don't be busting my balls about 1988. Come on, y'all. You know I'm a grandpa. Come on. FYI, there are some great photos floating around online of the abandoned buildings. Oh, it would bum me out. You know what? I wonder how much of that I actually remember. You see that little flash of blue? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, mine's not working. Oh, well. I'm going to have to Oh, well. On a positive note, I haven't fried it. But on a negative note, I didn't get it right. That's a bummer. Oh, well. I'll have to try it later. I'm going to take these off. Wah, wah. See, right now, this thing's putting out like 36 freaking volts. And that would be bad. Oh, I'm bummed. Now I got to do it again when y'all ain't looking. Maybe I'll be more successful. I was at Chanute in 1986. 325. Did we talk about that? Is that crew chief? 86. I graduated in 86, and then I didn't know what to do for 2 years, and then... Yeah, the one I put on there is out, so we're going to have to figure that out. We'll have to see. So maybe you know what? So important safety tip. Don't stick the stupid heatsink on before you're going to solder, because that's dumb. But too late, I already did. And then I'll have to clean this up a little bit and see if that helps. And then maybe I could put that LED back on there. But... we didn't totally break it. I'll get it. I'll just do it when y'all ain't looking, like I said. Avionics. Oh, okay. Oh. Why'd the GoPro turn off? Oh, well, that's the end of that. I thought Crappy live stream. What you gonna do? What'd you work on after Chanute? I went to Grissom, working tankers. And then, why'd the GoPro turn off? That's weird. And then Edwards for the B2. And then, now it's warm. Huh. And then stayed at Edwards totally for 15 years. After the B2, I was there. Oh, maybe we're not charging. That would suck. Is that what's up? It's hot. Oh, yeah. Battery's dead. Not charging. What the hell? I'm plugged in. Oh. No, I'm not. Now I'm plugged in. A10s. We had to reserve A10s at Grissom. Well, didn't get it right. Failed. Oh well. Yeah, I'll have to look up those pictures that you were talking about when I was plugging that business in. What else we got? That's all I got. That's kind of all I got. There's an hour. Didn't work. I'll try it later. Let me switch back over. I will have to clean up all this flux. I'm going to reflow this thing, even though it's on there. Maybe it's not on there well enough. Maybe I shorted it out a little bit, and I'll have to look. Maybe I didn't stick it on there right. I'm going to get another pair of glasses and make sure I'm putting it on there right, but it looks like I am. The little dot's in the right spot, so all these parts are really small. And I will have to, whatever, I can always use this. That's missing its little ball cover thingy. Now what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to practice with this and put it back on here and see what's up. Or I'll put that one on here and see what's up. See if it works. And then solder on. Oh, I can't use that power supply. Each one of these little LEDs uses like 3.3 volts. Some of the larger Cree LEDs can handle up to 6 watts. I mean, drive them at like 3 or 4, underdrive them so you don't fry them over time. But I don't know what these 470s are, because this is a 450, 450, 450, 450, and a 470, and I'll have to figure out the 470 why it's not working. But I will. This is the first one I'm playing with, right? Because this is a blue one here. This is a red one. I want to play with these things a little bit and see what I can do. This is what they look like when they show up. I've already showed this. But it comes with a pulse width modulation dimmer, PWM connector, and a power supply connector. LEDs and a lens. But I want a flat board. I don't want anything on the board. So I can stick it inside the housing that I made out of acrylic. And mount it up on these little buggers here that I talked about earlier if you're just joining. What up, Seth? What'd you write here? You posting in the live streams. I've been thinking about messing around with LEDs. Learn how. So round 2 in the future. Roger that, Moki. And Reef Keeper, I would totally recommend just heading over to Rapid LED's website and picking up some of the learning that they share over there, which I'm sure you already know how to do. Buy twice the number of LEDs you need, so you let the magic smoke out of them. And just play and see what's up. I was testing earlier today. I don't know if Lynn's still on here, but I was testing earlier today the XR30 Gen 5 Blue, which is it's a beautiful light. And that was enjoyable. But it has a big old chunk of 450 and 470, kind of like a Reef Bright. That was good to see. The power matched my Gen 4 at the same basic spectrum. Even though the blue is supposed to be AB+, the blue on the blue and the blue on the AB+ on the Gen 4 Pro they look different. It's a different configuration of LEDs. So, oops, sorry. Aside from using bacteria critters, what is a good way to remove bubble algae? I'm lucky because my tangs that I never show anybody because y'all get pissed. My tangs eat bubble algae. So if I have any in the display, those two will destroy it. If if I have some in the frag tank, what I have in the tanks in the frag tank, they don't need it. But you just got to remove it. You just got to pull it out. You just got to be a little persistent with it and keep pulling it out, and eventually it goes away. I just remove some, put in a filter so I get some. Start a hose, a siphon, scrape them off. There you go. Pick them off. Manual removal. If your fish don't eat them, manual removal is the best way. Fail. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Hopefully I didn't fry it. I can put it back on this starboard and I'll know if I fried it or not, right? Oh, that's bad beer. That's not good beer. That's good beer if you're hanging out at Grissom Air Force Base, chilling at the quarry over by Logansport. That's good beer. If you're over at Lake Mississinewa doing a little camping, doing a little skinny dipping, that's good beer. If you're 52-year-old grandpa doing some failed soldering live on the internet, not the best beer. Why don't I set up a big display? I'm in a small house. Sky High Reef asked, why don't I set up a big display? I'm not in a big house. I'm in a small house. And there's just the three of us here. My daughter lives in a different house. But if I had a bigger house, maybe. But I don't want a big house payment. I like a little house payment. That way I could do fun stuff like this. What's your choice of beer? I really like... Who makes that? Somebody makes a cherry that's really good. Or Newcastle. I like Newcastle. It's good beer. Lynn says it's good beer if you're drunk, and that's 100% accurate. What I haven't done yet, what I was going to do this live too. I was going to put this little, so the picture won't show. The Mitris LX7s for the frag tank, which I have running on AB Plus, and I'm super psyched to get them on that tank to remove that kludge of other lights that are over it right now. Just like a start fresh kind of thing and see how those lights perform. I took par readings at the corals. I'm getting a little over 300 par at the corals, which is pretty cool. And that's in a 40 breeder with a whole bunch of lights above it. 2 XR30 Gen 2s, a Reef Bright, and an Orphic OR2 blue. And an AI Prime non-HD. All of those lights are over top of that frag tank, and I want to get rid of those. So I have the Orphics set up. And you know I like those. Y'all know I like that 10 millimeter extruded aluminum stuff for building brackets around lights. And I'm anal, so I want to keep those lights nice and aligned. So I created a bracket this morning that'll hold those lights in place and keep them fixed with 3 hanger wires instead of 4. So I'm pretty psyched to set those up. I don't know if I'll have the opportunity. I was hoping to do it today, but I didn't get to it. So hopefully I could do it tomorrow. What I want to do then is install this in my Profilux 4, in the GHL Profilux 4. This will give me this little card here. This little PLM PWC card will give me control of those lights. So what I don't know is if the program in those lights is going to stick. Hopefully so. And so my AB Plus that I've programmed will still be there when I look at the lights using my phone through GHL Connect. Hopefully that's the case, but I'll figure that out soon. Sky High Reef, you love the Mitris LX7s? If so, how many of those you have? because those are pretty cool. I like those lights. I like the puck design. It's nice, and I mean, it's laid out throughout the entire body of the light. So theoretically, it should give you a real nice, even flow. I almost said rhinoceros. But, and then we'll get this figured out. Something just fell off. Maybe a piece of solder fell off this thing. Oh well. We got close. We almost got there, people. We almost did it. Oh, the Orphix. My bad. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, those bars are nicely made. They're absolutely the best made light bars, as far as I'm concerned. But we've talked about those. The Orphix, Reef Brights, and those 470 nanometer cheapo bars that are now like $50. I think that's it. Failed miserably. Fail. Soldering, fail. I was all excited too because it came off that starboard really nice. So, like I said, I'll get this figured out. And hopefully I didn't fry it. And if so, I'll just put a different one on there because I bought extras. So always, like I said earlier, always buy extras because you might break your first one. And I'll get this together and get it running and get it over top of that Disney and do some frying. Carlos, you said you wanted one? Let me see what I can do, dude. Let me see if I can get this thing working, and I'll try to make that happen. Aight. That's all I got. Anybody have any questions? What did I do this week? I tested relative par on a whole bunch of stuff, on a whole bunch of lights. What I've been testing is, what I do is I install a light 24 inches above a flat surface, and then on that flat surface I stick the spectrometer directly under that light, aligned with all the light, so it has as much of the body of the light as possible in the view, and I take a couple samples. And then that gives me a really good comparison of both spectrum and par at 24 inches open air. Right on, Carlos. And that's been enjoyable because that gives you relative par in the exact same test environment. So theoretically, it should be the same if you put them in the same place over the tank. So if you install a light this high, install a light this high, and they're different kind of lights, you know what you're getting. That's been fun. Carlos and I went back and forth a little bit on one of my posts. He's absolutely accurate. And I think my argument made sense as to why I'm digging up that data. But have you tested AB Plus on the Orphic V4? I don't have an Orphic V4, Seth. If Tommy at Orphic wanted to send me an Orphic V4, even if it's a demo unit and I got to send it back, I would totally do that. And I would create the AB Plus profile for that light so anybody could have that. Why not super chat button? AZ, I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I only have 900. And that's nice of you to say, though. I have, let's look real quick. You can probably see it better than I can. You know who I was chatting with today, which was fun, was Ryan, Prestige Reef. He and I were working on a GHL setup thing together, and that was a lot of fun because that guy puts out some good content. I only have 930 subscribers, so I don't think there's a what's up, Daniel? I don't think there's a super chat button until you get to 1,000 subscribers. That being said, without a super chat button, everybody gets equal play on questions, right? Even when there's a super chat button, you'll still get equal play on questions. I'm not gonna pick super chat questions over regular questions. I will absolutely appreciate, but I will give everybody equal play. The Orphic Gen 4 is on sale at Saltwater Aquarium. That means they're coming out with a new version, Lynn. Anytime Orphic sells something on sale, something new is coming. And they just released the OR3 bar. So the OR2s are on sale and totally sold out at saltwateraquarium.com. So that's what's up. Just post your PayPal account on here. No, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for the fun, and I'm doing this for if I help one person, then I've done something right as far as I'm concerned. If y'all want to help fund the cause, that would be amazing, and it's unnecessary. But thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, then I don't have to pay YouTube a portion. You know, I get that. But YouTube makes it it's a super easy platform to operate on, right? I don't mind. I don't mind paying taxes because my roads are good and I'm not shot at on my way to work for the most part. So I don't mind paying my way a little bit here and there. What's up, Bobby? Let's see. Have you tested AB+? I would love, Seth, you go ahead and you get a hold of Orphic and you let them know that I would like to play with their light, and then I will send it back at my expense just so I can play with that light. I appreciate that, AZ. That's very cool of you. That's very kind. And you know how I roll. I had a pretty good chat. Y'all are all right today. See, the more I do this. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to do some produced content because I want to do the Mitris installation. I want to do the Profilux for outlet power bar installation and configuration, which I haven't quite figured out, but I know that Hobby Sci knows what's up, so I'll be hitting him up for some help. I passed along the Mitris AB Plus Spectrum to Aaron's aquarium, and I think he may still have that running over his tank. I don't know. I mentioned earlier that I've already talked about Hobby Sci. Go watch him. Go subscribe because he's good. He knows his stuff. And then I already mentioned that I was talking to Prestige today. Ryan working on his GHL. That was enjoyable. Nice talking with that guy. Been watching him forever. So it's cool to be able to interact. All right. I think that's it. So, drank 2 cheap beers. Failed miserably. Didn't break 3 of the LEDs. So, I got that going for me. And I totally showed that you can run, without really y'all paying attention, that I could run a 0 to 10 dimmable power supply on one of these pucks, so you can control it with your GHL or your eCoral or your Apex, and in my house, in that order of functionality. I'm just saying. All right, so I think I'm going to jump off. If there is nothing else, and there hasn't been for a little bit, then if you have any questions, please feel free to DM me. Always feel free to DM me over on Instagram, Telegram on Instagram. I will do my very best to answer your questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll find somebody for you to talk to, or I will seek out that answer and try to get it back to you. If you have, with that being said, if you have hit me up for something and I haven't provided an answer, I know of at least one and I got to do a lot of scrolling to find it. Remind me that I said I would help you out, and I will re-engage. Also, there are a couple of people who have been waiting for me to cut them Aquanite, or however, whatever the other name for that light is, little blocks so you can mount that on a rimmed tank. I got you, and I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to try to mail that tomorrow. You PM'd me, Seth, about Orphic. Did I answer? If I didn't, hit me up again, because I thought I was caught up except for one. So, thanks, y'all. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope all of this funkiness and whatever's going on and blah, blah, blah in the world isn't dragging you down too much. I hope you were hope you were just as psyched as I was for my crazy little setup here. Check out Inappropriate Reefer over on YouTube. I know y'all know him, but he's been doing some live streaming lately, so bug him to do some more of those. Teach him how to bring in, or bother him, so he brings in guests. I'm thinking, and Lynn's on here, bug her. I'm thinking about talking to Lynn about her setup and wanting to get her perspective on reefing, because she does a lot of cool things with a lot of cool critters, and it would be a good time. Have a good week, all. Seth, you're a good man. I appreciate you sharing that with everybody. Exactly. Have a good week, y'all. Happy reefing, and be kind, everyone. Thanks.